Nigerian army strike IPOB strongholds in southeast and recover explosive device and others in southeast. Nigerian army leave southeast alone and go to the north. Go to Borno State where they unalive a sitting general and 3 commanding officers this year. No general has been unalived in southeast this year. No commanding officer, no military personnel has been unalived in southeast this year the way they have been unalived in the north. Not even the police DPO has been unalived in southeast this year, but all these people, they don't buy all these people in the northern part of Nigeria. Nigerian army leaves southeast alone. Southeast is safe to a certain degree. The only thing you're going to get in southeast is what you're going to get in every other part of Nigeria apart from the north. Petty crime, normal crime, little crime you're getting everywhere else. Leave this Surugede dance you people are dancing in southeast that the gods has not approved and go to the north where they are dancing serious Surugede dance and the gods are beating the drum every day. Nigerian army, go to Kwara State where they unalive people. Go to Plateau State where they unalive pregnant women. They orphaned our children. They took our fathers and mother for hostage. Go to all these places where they are unaliving people. In Maiduguri, they bite people like chicken. I still have the videos of the general and his men that were barbecued in Borno State last week in my channel. It is in my Telegram channel. Nigerian army should go to the north and dance your Surugede dance in the north. A lot is happening in the north. A lot is happening in Maiduguri. A lot is happening in Katsina. A lot of things is happening in all those places. In Sokoto, a lot is going on there. The same people that you people called your brothers, your prodigal sons, go to the north where your prodigal sons are, your prodigal siblings are. Go there and stop disturbing the elemental force of the universe in southeast where nothing is going on, but where everything is happening in the north. You turn blind eye to them. You ignore them because they are your brothers or what? Why are you protecting the people that are actually causing havoc in Nigeria? The people that are destroying this country, they are in the northern part of Nigeria. They are in Maiduguri. They are in Borno State. They are in Sokoto. They are there. How many villagers have left their ancestral homes in southeast because of terrorism or because of bandits? But a lot has done the same thing in the north. There are many places in Benue State today, you will not go to those villages, you find a soul because they have run away from their ancestral land because of terrorism, because of bandits. And every day Nigerian army is dancing unnecessary Surugede dance that the gods would never approve in southeast. But where the gods are yearning and crying for peace in the north, you will not go there. Leave southeast alone and face the north. Southeast is safe, the north is not safe.
Nigeria soldier, Lieutenant General Shaib, a Muslim man with other Muslim agitators and the Boko Haram leaders, including the president of Nigeria, have organized to embark in unaliving the killing of Igbo, which they said is the military is conducting swap operation against IBOP and ESN security network in the southeast. The agenda is now to label every Igbo man as an IBOP, as we have refused that we will not accept Islam, so that they will wipe our youth. We will not be able to fight them when fights arose. A lot of people doesn't know. That is why they went and jailed Mazin Nandekano, the only sensible Igbo man who can speak out boldly without fear. But one thing I want to let the Muslims know and the Nigeria know is this: if you cannot be able to kill us in 1966 to 1967, you cannot kill us now. We have went far. We are in diaspora. We are in many places. Every Igbo man is an IBOP. So if you want to open fire, open it so that the whole world will see. Do not pretend. Do not pretend for looking for security. What security have you implied to the Jos, Plateau, Benue, Kwara State, where the Boko Haram is? Operation what are you going to imply there? The whole world should listen and look onto Igbos. Nigeria is about to come and wipe the Igbos. They want to kill us. Nigeria government want to come and unalive the Igbos. So let the whole world hear it now. Because every Igbo man is an IBOP. We are the indigenous. When you say Arwa, nobody will question you. When you say Oduduwa, nobody will question you. But once you say you are a Biafra, you will become is under danger. Arawa is free to be mentioned. Oduduwa is free to be mentioned. Why can't you mention Biafra? This is a name we choose to bear. Call us by Biafra. If you want to come and kill the Biafrans, you can come. But the whole world should look onto it. And Anama Wandi Igbo, let all the political leaders in Igbo land rise now. A time shall come with that money you are making. You will see nowhere to enjoy it. The Igbo land will never be conducive for you to enjoy it. Stop this. Every governor, Imo State, Anambra State, they want to use this election period to know who will talk so that they will bring the person down. Do not be afraid. Speak out. We will still vote for you. Stop them. You have the power. Every governors have the power to stop them. Look at how Yoruba land have been desolated today, have been scattered. Stop it. Igbo land is the only peaceful place in Nigeria. And we will not accept Islam, neither Nigeria soldier in our land. They should apply it to Plateau, Jos, Sokoto, Benue, and rest of them.
So it is April 2026 and the Nigerian military is currently conducting a military operation in southeast Nigeria, a region that is dominated majorly by the Igbo tribe. The question is why? Why conduct military operation in southeast Nigeria when there is serious insecurity going on in the northern part of the country? In the northern part of the country, you have different terrorist groups operating violently, but somehow, to the Nigerian military, the problem is southeast. The problem is the Igbos. But we know what is going on here. This is systematic discrimination at peak. But let it be clear, you can suppress people with guns, but you cannot suppress their ideologies forever. Biafra is an ideology. If you unalive Nnamdi Kanu today, by the next 4 years, another separatist leader will come out. Go on, carry out secret genocide in southeast Nigeria, all in the name of military operation. But you cannot suppress the self-determination of the Igbos forever. I'm not agitating for Biafra, but there are better ways to go about this. You cannot continue to threaten the Igbos with a military presence in southeast Nigeria. Today, in Nigeria, the southeast has the highest number of military checkpoints in Nigeria. For what? But somehow, the Igbos must not complain. The Igbos must swallow everything. The Igbos must accept everything from the Nigerian government. It's understandable the Igbos were defeated, and after the civil war ended, the Igbos were considered a defeated rebel by the Nigerian army. And I'm of the opinion that the Nigerian military is yet to forgive the Igbos. But come on now, this is 2026. Don't make it obvious. You cannot go to a region where there is a little bit of safety and stability to conduct a military operation when there is serious insecurity going on in the northern part of the country, from northeast to north central to northwest. For crying out loud, the Nigerian military is pushing the Igbos to the wall. And one day the Igbos will wake up. Either you wipe them out completely or you give them what they want. You cannot continue to treat agitation as insurgency. Dialogue is part of diplomacy. You can't solve every problem in southeast Nigeria with military presence. Okay? What you are doing is escalating fear, giving the Igbos more reasons to continue to agitate for Biafra. So there should be a way to call for negotiation so that you can de-escalate the issue. You cannot continue to threaten people with military presence. The issue in southeast Nigeria is bigger than security issue. It is more complex, and part of it is historical, emotionally, and political. And the Igbos are currently agitating politically, and it is unfair to treat political agitation as military issue. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying that you should ignore security concerns in Igbo land, but at the end of the day, show mercy. Please, show mercy. The military presence in Igbo land is enough. Now it is operation this, operation that. What is going on exactly? What is that? Anyways, I'm not blaming the Nigerian army. I blame those that started the civil war, because that civil war was unnecessary. But let bygone be bygone. But please, the Igbos have accepted their defeat by accepting to be integrated into the Nigerian society. Now, they cannot continue to pay the price. Because that's exactly what is going on. They are paying the price of the mistake that our Igbo ancestors made. I said it time and time again, the war was unnecessary because the Igbos were in control. Unfortunately, I guess they were manipulated by the colonial masters. But I digress. The civil war ended long time ago and the Nigerian government said, no victory, no vanquish. But how come, ever since the civil war ended, the southeast region has been neglected? The infrastructure development in southeast region is very low compared to southwest. So the federal government of Nigeria is intentionally neglecting the southeast region when it comes to infrastructure development. Let's not talk about the fact that when it comes to most important political positions in Nigeria today, the Igbos are not there. The list of top ministers in Nigeria, the only person that made it from the Igbo tribe is David Umai, and ever since he became the Minister of Work, it is from one bad publicity to another, one accusation to another, because he's an Igbo man. And he has the potential to contest for presidency. But look at what is happening to his political career. Can that man contest again in 2031? The answer is no. Come on. Come on. Treat the Igbos as part of the system. Maybe the Igbos will stop this unnecessary agitation. But if you continue to disregard the Igbos, disregard the Igbo region, you don't expect the Igbos to fold their arms. It's also one of the reasons why the Igbos are escaping Nigeria on a daily basis, going into criminal activities in different countries around the world just to survive. Most Igbos, after schooling, they go into business or they travel out of the country for survival. The young Igbos do not wait for the government of Nigeria for anything, because to them, the government of Nigeria don't care. So they have given up on the government of Nigeria providing them with anything. But at the end of the day, some of their actions are contributing to the reputational damage that Nigeria is facing. So please, to the government of Nigeria, please pay attention. The military presence in Igbo land is not helping matter. Please, enough. Even if you wipe out the entire Igbos, you cannot wipe out the ideology. If there's one Igbo man that is remaining in diaspora, the same Igbo man will continue the struggle of the Igbos. So you cannot wipe out ideology easily. So dialogue is needed. Bring them on the table, sit with them, negotiate with them, hear them out, then find solution.
Hello, fellow Nigerians. This message is to the Chief of Army Staff of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Lieutenant General Waidi Shaibu. Sir, greetings from Igbo Women Assembly. My name is Lolo Neka Chimenzie. We are here to react to the operation you want to carry out in the southeast, Operation Udoka or something. And according to you want to flush out ESN and IPOB. Sir, I want to bring to your notice that right now we have peace in the southeast. Presently, we have peace in the southeast, and then we wouldn't want that peace to be truncated, like it was our peace was truncated in 2021. I've made this similar video to General Christopher Musa about the activities of the militaries in the southeast. Sir, before the militaries were drafted to the southeast in 2021, we had relative peace in the southeast. Just that people were protesting the incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu, or rather the abduction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. Why did they do sit at home? Because experiences have shown that if people, the youth of the southeast, if they come out to protest on the streets, multiple times they have been shot, killed. Even our former president had to defend it in Al Jazeera when he was confronted with the fact that he was shooting armless civilians, and he said that is what they deserved. Now, Southeast has relatively maintained the most peaceful area in the most peaceful region in the whole of Nigeria till date. Now, the insecurity we experience in the Southeast, we realized that it was a plot to, blackmail IPOB. the insecurity we experience is not caused by IPOB or ESN. ESN, from what IPOB explained and from what we have observed from our investigation, is a security outfit set up to combat terrorists that were moving eastwards from the north. Of course, we have seen that the military cannot even combat the terrorists. So our youth resorted to establishing a security outfit they call Eastern Security Outfit. Just like you have it in the Southwest. The Southwest have OPC. OPC is also a community established outfit. Nobody is clamping down on them. ESN is even more peaceful than OPC. But today our president is from the Yoruba land. He is not clamping down on OPC, but he is clamping down on ESN. The federal government even went as far as engaging a criminal, a non-criminal in this country known by Asari Dikibo, to guide Southeast after moving the military in the Southeast to the Southeast. And then I will ask you this question, sir. What do you think Asari Dikibo could do in the Southeast after Southeast was militarized? So they were drafted there to cause mayhem, so that to blackmail IPOB, because IPOB is an armless organization. So to blackmail them and to name them terrorists. Now, when the insecurity in the Southeast skyrocketed, we went in there. The media were barred from reporting the killings and the insecurity in the Southeast, but private organizations went in, like Amnesty International. Our organization went in and discovered that there were non-state actors that were drafted to the Southeast, aided by the military. I won't miss what to say this, aided by the military, because Asadi people have came out to allege that they are working side by side with the military. The military has neither denied it nor confirmed that allegation. Asadi came out again to claim that the federal government is owing him 48 months salary of the war. According to Asadi, he said there is a war going on in the Southeast. Unfortunately, the Southeasterners are not aware of this civil war going on, but there is a civil war instigated by the federal government, contracting a jihadist to carry out genocide and jihad in the South, because he also came out to claim that he is a jihadist. Now, I am quoting him. He said he was contracted by the federal government to guide Southeast, and he is working side by side by the military. And we agreed with him, because the insecurity in the Southeast started immediately the militaries were moved to Southeast. So go and conduct your own investigation and see if from ESN and IPOB has been around Southeast from 2015 till 2020, early 2021, there is relatively peace. Southeast was even more peaceful than Lagos. We experienced so many criminal activities in Lagos. Nobody drafted the military. Now, what are the offenses of these youth? They are yearning for inclusiveness. They are crying against the marginalization of our youth. Rather than the federal government engage them in discussion like he did other regions, like they did with OPC, they did with other regions, they choose to climb down on them, hunt them down, and kill them. Over the years, we've investigated what is going on in the Southeast, and we know that there is complicity of the federal government and the military, and also illegally engaging Asadi Kubo, who said he has an army. Now, if you can engage a criminal like Asadi Kubo, engage his army that is not an official army, why are you clamping down on IPOB that have reason to defend their people? Because obviously the military cannot even defend Nigerians from the terrorists. So each region is rising to defend themselves, and that is what IPOB and ESN are doing. Now, we discovered that there is another group that have written from the Southeast. Maybe this is the group you will have to look into, which is known to you. But each time they commit any offense and claim responsibility, the military and the police will pin it on IPOB, which also will confirm that all the military is doing in the South is to blackmail IPOB and ESN, not actually they are committing any offense. If there are ESN members right now, I'm not sure any village has come out to claim, ESN have come out to claim responsibility for any attack. But there is a group called Biafran Liberation Army, who have constantly come out to claim responsibility, and they are well known to the military. Their leader is Simon Ekpa, who has been jailed for his involvement in this terrorism in the southeast. Now, the military have arrested this Gentle Diahu, who is the spokesperson of this group. So I think if there is any group you are going to hunt down, it should be Autopilot and Biafran Liberation Army, and leave ESN and IPOP alone. Our youth have been hunted down, arrested, not given fair trial, and there have been a lot of killings, extrajudicial killings of the Southeasterners. One of them is Mr. Ikonso, who was abducted from his house at night by the military, and they killed him in cold blood. He was not given fair trial. And then we are becoming afraid of anytime the military say they want to carry out onslaught, when when there are concerns that just like the militaries are accused of complicity in the insecurity in the north, we believe that the militaries are also complicit to the insecurity in the southeast, considering the fact that they themselves burned some villages, they themselves attacked some villages. The proof is there. If you want proof, sir, we can give you this proof. It's out there. It's not a hidden thing. And again, they have been intimidating our people, kept us under siege, extorting money. Sir, you need to take a drive from Onitsha to Enugu and see what the militaries are doing. They have virtually turned southeast into a business center, into ATM machines, and that is practically what they are. And they are recruiting youth that are using to collect this money. So these are the things you should look into. And I plead with you, sir, that right now we are enjoying a peace in the southeast, and the militaries are also there. We don't need any more operations of yours. You've done enough, and your men are there. I think the one you've done is enough. Now that we have peace in the southeast, don't come and raise it again. Rather, go and pay Asadi people, who is claiming that the federal government have not paid him for the genocide and jihad he committed in the southeast.
Good day to our viewers all over the world, and welcome back to Local Journal. It still baffles me the kind of military operation the military want to conduct in southeast that is peaceful, that is said to be calm, and that is said to not be having any challenge or security issue at the moment. I don't know. Most times, I'm not trying to accuse the military of being the one behind it, but most times, before any security challenge comes or visits the southeast at any time, operations like this are being conducted around those areas. You understand? And now, come to think of it, the north is bedeviled with so many insecurity problems. The middle world is facing so many insecurity challenges. Why don't they conduct this whole operations in these places? I know operations might be going on in some of these places, but are there enough? No, because we witness several unaliving chaos and all sort of problems in all of these areas day in, day out. Instead of like beefing up their population to ensure that all these issues are tackled in places with highbrow insecurity issues, they are going to the southeast to go and cause problem, to go and cause chaos, and to go and solve a problem that never existed in the first place. I don't know what the plans of the Nigerian military is and what they're trying to achieve, because it doesn't make sense. Logically, one would expect them to stay in the zone and to stay in the area, state, the region that has insecurity problem, that has more pertinent problems and more salient problems to tackle. But instead, they want to go to the southeast to go and chase shadows. Well, I don't know what their plan is. I don't know what they intend to solve in the southeast. But however, what we just know is that they shouldn't just go there and frame up people who are innocent, or to randomly attack people to say these people are IPOB members, because it doesn't make any sense. And come to think of it again, why can't other people have their own names, like to bear their names that are used to like kind of recognize their homogeneous nature, like the Arewas, the Oduduwas, and the Igbos cannot align with Biafra. It doesn't make any sense. For me, this is injustice, and this is trying to gaslight these people and trying to frame them up. It doesn't make any sense, and we need to stop all this, because if we are saying we want this country to progress and we want justice to prevail, all this thing needs to stop. Because I don't know why you're trying to kind of fight them and like to castigate them for nothing. You understand? People are trying to look for a way to just like frame up these people and make them the villain, and it's not making any sense at all, because we keep on doing this thing to these people every day, and this country keeps on going down the drain every day. The little fabric of unity joining us together is being torn apart every day, and this has to stop if they don't want this country to crumble one day and collapse one day. This is my humble opinion. Drop what you think about this in the comment section, and if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share and subscribe to our channel.